Welcome to a moon month. Welcome to
and new teeth.
New month. Let me. Okay. I don't think it was the teeth that was the problem. It was the lips. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the start of a new month. Sleep deprivation, I think, is starting to take over.
That will do that. Yes. Is this a name for Augustus?
The month of August, you
Yeah.
mean? Very well could be.
Yeah.
I have
Roman history people out there, look that up for me.
I have a cousin named August, only I believe it's spelled Augist.
It's interesting.
But I don't know the story behind it. So, and I don't think she was born in August. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess if we're on the Gregorian calendar, was that Greek? We just did an instant replay of his introduction. Yeah.
Would that be Greek or Roman?
Because
Augustus is
that's
Roman.
Yeah. We'll have to look that up after the show.
We should start this show all over
Well,
again.
actually, it's just like this day in history. It's not meant to tell you everything. It's hopefully to encourage you to look it up and learn a little something yourself. This is like a teaser show.
Let's pretend like we're starting all over again. Welcome to
This is a teaser.
a new month, August 1st of 2023. It feels like it's Monday again. What's up with that? All right. We have some things to share with you today. One of them is sad news here today. There's not been a death, but it's the announcement of a closing of a business. And
It's been around a long time.
Long time, yeah. So we'll share details with you there if you've not heard just as yet. Also coming up in just a bit, we'll take a look at sports. Reds picked up a win last night, hanging in there. And now they've got, a game and a half lead in the National League Central, thank you to the Atlanta Braves.
Well, actually, the Nationals beat them last night.
And the Washington Nationals beating the Milwaukee Brewers, doing everything the Reds couldn't do. Coming up, we'll have sports and talk more about the Paints situation because they don't have game action to talk about from last night or today, and they're back into action tomorrow.
But they know who they're playing in the postseason.
Yes, and we'll talk about the playoff scenario, all that kind of stuff. Because there's still some positions to be decided in the Prospect League. All right, all that said, we want to start with a look at the forecast for you today. And here's what we're looking at. More sunshine and temperatures. My favorite kind of summer-type temperatures in the low 80s.
Yesterday was absolutely beautiful. There was a time that I pried myself out of my recliner yesterday afternoon just to go out and stand, and this is nice out
Here
there.
I am, Lord. Thank you for this day.
I did indeed. I didn't proclaim it to the neighborhood, but I was thanking the Lord. I was debating on, should I just go ahead and mow today? And I thought, nope, got an assignment on Sunday night, so let's do it to Tuesday, because if it does rain a lot, it's like every 6 days. So
You have a proclamation every day you step out in those shorts.
is that right?
Look at those legs.
Look at those legs. Yeah. Look how cool.
Chicken sticks.
he is. But sunny today and a high of 84 is what we're looking at. No rain until maybe about Thursday.
All right, so Pike County Fair continues. They've got something special tonight. We'll share some video for you here shortly on that. But first, we want to tell you about some of our sponsors that help make this program possible. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389 is the number to call. You falling apart over there, mister?
I was just looking at who was watching,
Okay. 740-253-8389 is the number to call for Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Maybe we should get a dumpster so we can put this show in it. This episode today has started in a dumpster, it seems, so this is very appropriate. But if you have a business or a residential need for a dumpster, give Scioto Valley Dumpsters a call, 740-253-8389. Tell Carl that Dan and Mike sent you.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
It is news time, and we're going to start off with a look at what you'll be able to find on our social media and at littermedia.com.
As Dan mentioned, the Pike County Fair is still underway, and a schedule of events of things happening down in Piketon for today.
Look at all that stuff.
In fact, they've already off and running this morning with the Rabbit Show at 8:30. Coming up about an hour from now, entries open for the Senior Baked Goods. Ooh. Why don't I ever get asked to judge some of these kind of things where you got to taste the food?
You should be the goat show guy because you're the goat, right?
Yeah, the goat. Or drink some of this milk. Yeah, but the activities later this evening include the School Bus Derby.
Yes, and while I was out there Sunday, I decided to take a closer look at these buses. These are the first thing you'll see when you come into the fairgrounds. You cross that railroad track, and boom, you see these buses. Now, this is the Western Indians bus that'll be driven by Penny May. Penny is one of my neighbors. Mm-hmm. So, used to be, I think, Dan Jr.'s bus driver, if I'm not mistaken. But a bus didn't look like that. And, of course, you've got the Pike County CTC. Now, they're a little more... how do I say this proper? They give dedication to all of the things that you can learn at the Pike County Career Technology Center. But then, shocking, here comes the Storm Chaser. Yeah. This is Piketon High School, and why they put Marvel on there, I don't know, unless it looks kind of like what it says on Marvel Comics. Uh-huh. But here is Eastern's bus. I like this bus. This kind of gives a throwback to the Partridge Family in some respects. But, of course, they're the Eagles, and so they were play on words, cool bus.
Cool bus. Yeah.
I like that. Waverly goes with the Tiger, of course. So you got tiger stripes. But then they did something interesting inside. I don't know what all this is, but they just said, here's a spray can. Go crazy, kids. Uh-huh. And but the art departments, I think, for each one of the schools put this together. Yeah, that's a nose for the tiger nose, and you got the stripes and all there too. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I've never watched a school bus derby before, so if you are looking to see this as well, this evening is the time to be there. 7:00 tonight at the Pike County Fairgrounds.
Good luck to all of the drivers.
Yes. And those aren't real, by the way, real pipes.
I was going to say, they really souped that bad boy up. Yeah. Also, it's the National Night Out for Pickaway County. Events taking place tonight through the Sheriff's Department there in 3 locations. They'll be at Tarleton at 180 Main Street, in Williamsport at 123 North School Street, and in Darbyville on Main Street. So I think you mentioned some activities for Chillicothe later this week.
Yeah, in fact, had Jenna Williams in. She's with the Chillicothe Fire Department and talking about the National Night Out event that they are planning for this Saturday. It's taking place at the green space there at the Majestic Theater on East 2nd Street. So if you want to check that out, please do so. And that will... She said there were 30 different vendors that are going to be there attending this event. If you go to our YouTube channel, just look for this couple talking and click on the video, and you'll find out more.
Yeah. The sad note that Dan alluded to, one of our longtime neighbors is saying goodbye to the lumber company business, Eastern Avenue Lumber.
76 years in business, and went down earlier today, had a chat with the folks inside, and they said it's been a busy place already today. A number of people stopping by after they saw this announcement.
Yeah. The liquidation sale began today, and it'll go through the closing, which is effective October the 27th. Of course, I'm sure that's also a while supplies last type of deal there. So we say glad you were around for many years, and even though they're literally a neighbor for us at Litter Media, just down the street, a good neighbor for all of Chillicothe, Ross County for many years.
And they were a longtime sponsor of the Reds on radio with us, and some other things as well. So thank you again to Eastern Avenue Lumber for their service to our community. And it's tough walking in. And,
Sure.
the first words I walked in, I said, "Tell me ain't so." And they said, "Yeah, it's really happening." So again, they've got all that beginning today on Eastern Avenue Lumber.
Yeah. Also in the news today, a note from the Pickaway County Health District gearing up for another school year to make sure kids have a healthy start by having their required school vaccines. Pickaway County Public Health offers both private and VFC vaccines. You just need to call the health department to schedule your appointment. Ross County Animal Shelter, they actually reached out to you on this one yesterday.
Yes, the Humane Society. They had this post on their Facebook page, and I thought, oh my, where is it that you can name your own adoption fee? This is something new, and they're doing this to try and make sure they get dogs out into the community right now. Now, there is a bit of a steep adoption fee on a regular basis, and when I say that, on the surface, you look at it and think, what do you mean I can't have a dog for free? Well, there's a lot of things they do to help take care of these dogs, to be able to turn them into the community. And so what they're doing right now is they're giving you an opportunity to name your adoption fee. There is an asterisk next to it. And I can't tell you that I read the fine print. I apologize. But if you want to see more, I think we shared this yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, on our Facebook page, so it's right here in our news feed.
Yeah, so help them out there. We've talked a lot about the new school digs for Logan Elm School District. Well, they've set the date for their ribbon-cutting ceremony. That's going to be on August the 27th at 2 p.m. There's also an open house that follows that day. And yesterday we were telling you about a story that we have at littermedia.com where you can find out not only the first day of school for Logan Elm, but all of the schools in our area.
I wonder if they'll have the scissors they use, if they'll look like the chamber scissors or if they'll look like the elementary with the rounded ends,
Yeah, really.
those scissors that kids use in kindergarten.
Yeah, Nathan Smith, by the way, a longtime acquaintance of ours, he's the high school principal there at Logan Elm. Ross County Soil and Water Conservation District is forming a panel of experts to discuss water resources and water quality, and this will be done during their district's annual meeting and banquet on September the 7th out at the Ross County Fairgrounds. Now, Bob Neal of the Soil Water Conservation District office will be joining us this Thursday morning at 10 on a special edition of Litter Media Live to talk about this upcoming event in September. Pike County Community Action is also asking their residents to take the 2023 Community Needs Assessment Survey. Now, the information you provide through this survey will help them better understand the needs of Pike County and improve the services and programs offered. Now, the survey takes about 10 minutes or less, and this is also in our website story at littermedia.com. Just hold your phone up to the QR code, and that'll take you right to the survey. Pre-sale tickets are now available for purchase for the Scioto County Fair, which is next week, running simultaneously with the Ross County Fair. Those discounted tickets will be available this Friday and Saturday between noon and 4 p.m. and on Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Brick House on the north end of the fairgrounds. Again, the Scioto County Fair opens officially this coming Sunday.
At the Brick
House. Yeah. Dan won't be there to sing, so
No.
yeah. And Franklin Township Fire Department is conducting a fish dinner August the 19th between 11 and 4 at their 100 George Hollow Road, Waverly location. Fish dinners will be $10 along with baked beans and potato salad. They'll also raffle off a Springfield .45 caliber with 1 box of free ammo. On the road report, we're going to Fairfield County. Beginning tomorrow, motorists can expect nightly ramp closures at the I-70 State Route 256 interchange for paving. The work takes place overnight between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. Motorists can expect the ramp closures to take place overnight on August the 2nd, 3rd, August the 6th, and 7th. So if you're traveling up in that area or you live up in that area, just be prepared for those overnight closures. That might affect some of our truck driving friends as much as anyone else.
I need to apologize.
On?
Well, not only for the start of the program here today, but also for yesterday. It just occurred to me that I promised we would have the video sometime yesterday afternoon of the parade of clubs for the Pike County 4-H clubs that marched on Sunday evening. I finally got that video done at like 2 o'clock this morning. And then I forgot to post it. So I'll be doing that when we get done with the program here in just a moment. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. I overpromised and underdelivered, and I apologize.
And that'll show up on Litter YouTube?
On our YouTube channel, yes.
Okay.
And we'll certainly share it on Facebook as well, and on Twitter, if it's still called Twitter.
I think so. It's just a different emblem they're using for now.
True. And, I mean, we got used to you calling it Litter Twitter.
Yes. So
So
I
now
know we're in
it's-
negotiations with Elon Musk. Don't change that.
Yeah, because we don't. What are we going to say? Litter X?
Litter X, litter box. I don't know. No.
We have tried to stay away from that.
Yeah, really.
So much is running through my mind right now.
Sports is next, coming
Yes,
up. Yeah,
sports
yeah.
is coming up here in just a moment. All right, we want to take a moment to tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. For 4 decades, they have been serving not only the Ross County community, but stretching all the way down to the Ohio River, over to Dayton, up into Columbus, and points all in that area. If you want to find out more, just like any of our ads you'll see at littermedia.com, if you click on that ad, it'll take you to either their website or their social media to learn more about their business. So, by the way, if you're an advertiser that would like to advertise, or a business that would like to advertise, become an advertiser, simply reach out to us. We'll get you taken care of here on Litter Media.
You asked, we delivered. New Mike's Hard Lemonade Zero Sugar. Zero sugar. Amazing taste. Years in the making. Now that's a drink worthy of the name Mike.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Time to talk sports, and we are starting where?
That's up to you. What order? Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Let's go. Yeah. Reds.
How about the Reds?
First place, a game and a half up on the Brewers. The Reds got out to a 6-1 start. Cubs made it a little bit interesting, 6-5. Mr. Diaz came on to put an end to it. That's Will Benson, who had another big night last night. And we got some help because the Brewers lost to the Washington Nationals to give us that game and a half lead, and 10 games over 500 for the Cincinnati Reds.
I have not looked, but I'm guessing 2012 might be the last time we were this close to first place in August.
Ooh, that's not the last year they won the division, was it?
I believe it was.
Okay.
So this is why it's the lead story.
I know 12 was the year they should have won the World Championship because they blew that series against the Giants. I don't know why I was thinking they won a division title and then got a perfect game or no-hitter thrown against them by the Phillies.
Wasn't it 2010 they got into playoffs, and then again in 2012, and they've not been back since 2012?
That's another thing we got to look up.
Yeah.
But something
Are
that
you taking notes on this stuff
Yes.
to look up? Okay.
Something they did do prior to yesterday's game, they made a trade.
Mm-hmm.
They got a left-handed relief pitcher by the name of Sam Moll. He's coming from the Oakland Athletics, and the Reds sent to them a minor league right-handed pitcher named Joe Boyle. And they also got some what they call international cap space, and that would be something dealing with salary, didn't disclose how much that amounted to.
Let's hope it's the name does not play into the same old story. Hopefully this is a Sam Mole story, not a same old story.
Same old story, yeah. Or a mole that's just going to bury himself in the ground and can't find him.
Which is the same old story for the Reds.
But the trade deadline, we've been saying 4 o'clock, but it's actually 6 o'clock today. So there's some reason to believe there may be some more deals in the works for the Redlegs today. Mm-hmm. So just keep an eye on that. If the Reds send it out, we'll put it out on our littered Twitter. The news not so good for the Guardians last night. They lost to the defending world champion Astros 7-3 in that game last night.
Now, the Chillicothe Paints have not played yesterday or today, a couple of days off. So we thought, let's take time to take a look at their playoff scenario here. We do know that they are in. They're going to host, and they will be hosting the Champion City Kings. Now, it just so happens they're playing the Kings on the road tomorrow, playing them at home Thursday, and then on the road again Friday, and then they'll be back again Saturday night to close out the regular season against Johnstown, and then this game in which they will host the Champion City Kings in a 1-game East Division championship.
Right. So when you go out and buy your tickets, which you can get now from the Paints ticket office for Sunday's playoff game, you now know it will be the Kings that they'll be playing in that game.
And you can buy them online as well at chillicothepaints.com. Now, this is Sunday's schedule. So the other East Division has yet to be determined. So we're talking Danville. They won the first half. They're waiting to find out who that's going to be to meet them. So we'll take a look at the standings here in a moment. In the West, you see Thrillville and Cape are going at it, and then Clinton is waiting on an opponent. So let's take a look now at the West Conference. We'll start with them first since we were there last, I guess. Quincy appears to be the shoe-in right now, leading Clinton. They've got, 3 games, and there's 4 games left in the regular season. So it's probably going to be the Quincy Gems that will battle with the Clinton Lumber Kings. As for the Eastern Conference, let me turn that off and turn this on. Down in the Wabash River Division, that's where they're waiting to find out who's going to be the winner there. Danville is going to win the second half, most likely they did the first half. But the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes, they're the ones that have been coming on, and they have a chance to be that last East Division opponent.
Yep.
So there, you got all that.
You're all caught up.
And as we mentioned to you yesterday, it will be a 1-game division playoff championship, then a conference championship. So the 2 division winners will play in a 1-game conference championship, and then they'll come right back at it. Whoever has the best overall record will determine if they want to host the first game or host games 2 and, if necessary, 3.
Does Brian get to make that pick?
I think that's one of the
if he's there, we're just assuming they're going to be there.
And if they've got the best record.
Yeah, right.
So
if that's the case, I say take 2, and if you need 3.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
Okay,
coming up, this date in history on Tuesdays is our revolutionary moment. And do you have a date for this one?
No. Well,
date?
I guess it would be 1776, and you'll figure that's an obvious as to why when we get there. So.
Gotcha. All right, we will learn more about that when we return after these messages from our sponsors.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Hey, before we get to our revolutionary moment, thanks to those of you who have been watching today. Some days we get a chance to mention those names, other days we don't. But Mary McAllister, also Luella Kearns, Grandma Kearns there, or is it Gammy Kearns they call her?
I just call her Lou.
Lou, okay.
Lou. Ted Baxter. Lou.
If you remember the Mary Tyler Moore show, I forgot all about that. Kenny Corcoran watching. Thank you, Kenny. Amy Kreider. Oh, did I say Amy? Amy Kreider. It's been a tough day. Amy Kreider, also Nancy Cartwright, along with Michelle Stewart and Rhonda Gosey. And that might be why we don't always say the names of the people that are watching.
Yeah. Okay.
Revolutionary. What is revolutionary about today?
Yes, a pensive and awful silence pervaded the House as they were called up to the table of the President of the Continental Congress to sign the Declaration of Independence, to sign what was believed by many to be their death warrants. The British government considered the Declaration of Independence a treasonous document, and treason was a capital crime. There was a sense of foreboding shared by the 56 signers of the Declaration. By signing their names to the document, the famous and the obscure, the old, young, and middle-aged, the planters and the farmers and the businessmen, the recent arrivals to America, and the sons of old American families were all risking not only their lives, but also the loss of property and impoverishment of wives and children. And this famous painting was put up there by John Trumbull. So, yeah, a lot of these folks, some of them did lose their lives, and some of them lost. They survived.
Lost everything.
But lost everything.
Yeah, but they had their freedom, doggone it.
Yeah. So a lot of times we don't remember all that those guys went through. Yeah. But, yeah, a great act in signing that declaration.
Trying to imagine what that was like for them to, you've sat through that Congress and trying to come up with this document.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, we got the document. Now it's time to put your name on it.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
perhaps the most famous was John Hancock.
Yeah. The proverbial putting your money where your mouth is. So
when I picture John Hancock writing that, I remember the old bit that Bill Cosby used to do about going to kindergarten, giving you those really large pencils that you kind of like rested on your shoulder, and you go, A.
Yeah, exactly.
B. Can I have another piece of paper, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Radio. What's our radio moment today?
I don't have anything off the top of my head today, to be honest with you. And I was even thinking about something yesterday.
Is that right?
And I thought, that's not that great. Oh, this doesn't involve me. It involves you, and you may not want to tell this.
Oh, my. Okay.
The time that you, Stu Gardner, and Bryce Matson were going to Lancaster for our Lancaster viewers out there. This was for a ball game they were going to do.
Uniota was playing baseball, and so was it Courthouse, I think, was playing that same day. And we were these games are being played at Zanesville, so we were riding over together. And I'm trying to think, was this the year you weren't with the radio stations?
No, I was there because you were telling me the story of what happened later.
Okay, but for some reason, Bryce, myself, and Stu were all in the WKKJ truck at that time. I'm driving, and we got to Lancaster, and we decided we wanted to get something to eat before we went on this journey because we didn't know what we were going to find or have time to eat when we got to where we were going here in Zanesville. So I made a, let's say I made my way into the lane to be able to go and get to where I needed to go. Usually I'm very courteous, but this moment I couldn't be courteous. I needed to go, and I just had to go, so I did. Well, this guy comes whipping around us at the restaurant. He, by the way, was not going into the drive-thru.
He was coming after the driver.
So he comes over on the passenger's side, and he mutters something he shouldn't have said. And I'm like, sorry, man, the whole deal. Bryce was ready to go at it with him, and Bryce is opening the door to go out and go toe-to-toe with this guy. Meanwhile, I'm pushing the door lock button to keep him in the truck.
Imprison him, yeah.
I'm protecting him is what I'm trying to do. And this guy, he's not showing any emotions that he's going to get out of his car, but he was just letting us know what he thought. And the whole time, his passenger, which I assume was his girlfriend, I don't know that they were married, she was sitting there, and she was kind of like, I can't believe we go through this all the time with this guy. And I'm like, hey, I apologize. That was my fault. I shouldn't have. And it turned into the potential to start World War III, But what was the most fun out of the whole thing was sitting in the back seat with Stu Gardner. Stu is calm as a kitty cat, and he's back there, and I see him in the rear view mirror, and he's going...
His life probably flashing in front of his eyes. Yeah.
Eyes were this big, and it was hilarious. Once Bryce settled down, we joked about it the rest of the way. It was more of a moment, I think, than the rest of the day was in regards to the teams playing. So
Stu was probably thinking, I could be on a pickleball court right now instead of here in the middle of this.
He's probably thinking, I'm not ready to go to battle. So that was the day I did my best to save Bryce from going to jail.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth going to jail over.
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow. Anything special tomorrow?
Yes. Our Fairfield County Special Edition. We're expecting to talk with Morgan Overby. She is the ODOT District 5 PIO, that's Public Information Officer, which covers Fairfield and their surrounding counties up in central Ohio. So she'll be our scheduled guest at 10 o'clock to talk about some of the projects in and around Fairfield County and surrounding counties and the overall of what ODOT is trying to do on all of our area roadways, especially during the summer months.
Mm-hmm. So she's got it in GPS how to find us, right?
Yes, and she told me that District 9, which is
just down the street,
a stone's throw from where we're located. She said, I've not been down there, but I know Matt McGuire. So, Matt, if she hasn't called you, expect a guest visitor tomorrow.
Take her to lunch.
Of Litter Media.
Take her to lunch or something in that respect. So, all right, if you missed anything on the program, you can watch this again when it comes back at Caught Up. And not only that, but you'll be able to see it on our YouTube channel later today and just about anywhere you find it.
Mm-hmm. And stories will be popping up here and, in fact, probably have in the last 30 minutes on littermedia.com, which we'll talk more about tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Littermedia.com is where you need to go to get information. Of course, we keep you up to date with current stuff, boom-a-de-boom-a-de-boom, on Litter Twitter, and other stuff on Facebook Live right here, too.
That's all.
See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching Litter Media Live.